The shoot interview of NWE, New Wrestling Evolution, and here with us there is none other than a legend, Scott Steiner. Hi Scott, it's so a pleasure to have you here.
Right. How you doing, man?
It's so great to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
If I had to say something here. My name is Fabrizio Vaccaro, and now we will tell about some stories, some particular stories about the career of Scott Steiner, some intriguing question that all the fans want to know. For example, now it's the first time we saw you, and after some years, and your last experience was in WWE.
Right.
Now, what you think about that experience that not lasted, if I remember well, not so much time. So what was the situation there?
No, I was just glad to get out of there. It was just, it was a bad situation. I thought, when I was there, they wouldn't let me expand on my career. My character. All my interviews were, written out for me, so I couldn't do my own stuff. You got three or four little midget writers telling you what to do, and it was actually kind of embarrassing. It's like a big company like that is run the way it was. It's like, and it wasn't.
It was sad.
Yeah, it wasn't even fun. A lot of people were miserable. And
yeah.
So it was time to go.
Yeah, and in your opinion, you were used bad like a lot of other guys of WCW when WWE acquired WCW. A lot of guys, a bunch of guys, the most talented were was taken from there.
Right.
And in your opinion, you were treated bad, for example, like Goldberg or stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not like I was singled out. It's like Goldberg was treated bad, Kevin Nash was, Scott Hall. We were all treated the same because we were from WCW, and it's like, when we were in WCW, when we had the wars, we were, for 82 weeks straight, we beat, the ratings of the WWF at the time,
Yeah.
And, I really think that Vince took that personally. He wanted to, he just kind of like put his thumb on all of us, It's like he didn't want us to rise above the stars that he created. So, and competition is always good for business, and and Vince had the vision of owning the wrestling world. Well, now he has it, and
the dominance of everything.
Yeah, and now look at the product. The product sucks. It's hard to watch. So.
And a lot of guys are telling that. A lot of fans. For sure, it's a great company and a great situation, a really great industry. But
right.
I'm sure that now the product is not. A lot of fans are sick of this sort of programs.
It's brutal. It's one of the reasons.
And also, they write down your own interviews. What you have to say.
After all, the Big Papa Pump, career I created. I did on my own interviews, but they would write out my own interviews and tell me what to say, and it was.
And what's so different in WCW?
Yeah, I did my own interviews.
So what's the main difference in your opinion in WCW and WWE?
When Eric Bischoff was running WCW, he created the war, because it was his idea to come up with Nitro. It was his idea to steal talent from Vince, like Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, and then they created NWO, which was cool to watch at the time,
Man, it was the best thing to see.
Right, and then and it's like then Vince bought it, and he just wanted to kill it. It's like go figure. I don't know. I can't read the man's mind,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the NWO we saw in WWE was just a little bit different from the NWO we saw everybody in WCW.
Oh yeah, it was. Vince just, I think, hated WCW with a passion, and wanted to squash all the WCW stars that were,
to let the world show that there was the best company,
right.
And nothing that was cool there was cool
right.
in the WWE.
Right. And so,
he confronted WWE.
Right.
And about, for example, what are the motivation, for example, about WCW fail and to be bought by WWE? What are the main problems that you saw there in that period?
Well, the main problem was, was the higher ups in charge. Like from the merchandising people to the guys above Eric Bischoff who didn't like wrestling. Even though we were, at the time Ted Turner owned baseball. He produced
CNN.
The Hawks,
Yeah.
and like even when the Braves were in World Series, we drew better ratings than them.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they just didn't like wrestling, so they got rid of it.
Okay.
They actually got rid of it with under Ted Turner's unknowing.
Okay.
So.
And also during that period, you have a bad back injury.
Yeah, and had back surgery in I think it was 99.
Yeah.
But injuries are part of the sport.
The sports and your foot.
Yeah, my foot. I had tore both my shoulders.
Yeah.
Tore both my biceps, my back, my foot.
Everything.
It's the breaks of the game. It's like,
Yeah.
when my matches, I use, went 100%, and sometimes you get injured.
Yeah, I asked that to you particularly because a lot of rumors and a lot of maybe situation people want probably to change the truth of the business, telling that everything that you've done, for example in WWE, was had to be closed and to be finished your contract, for example, for that foot problem.
Right.
It was for that foot problem that you were fired from I
wasn't fired. No, I left. The foot was.
You decided it was not you cannot head anymore.
Right. It was, as bad as it was when I was there. It's even worse now. I mean.
You were lucky, probably.
Yeah, and it's like even though I've had foot surgery since I've left, but no, it was a situation where we all basically almost left at the same time. Nash left, maybe a month or two before me.
Yeah.
I left, and then Goldberg left, and then
everybody.
Yeah, and Brock Lesnar, he left for whatever reason, but.
Yeah. And now, especially in the latest time, Brock Lesnar was offered to come back, but no way.
Yeah,
for that reason. So you
politics.
Politics.
My man,
Probably because when a company is so big, politics is the only way to do something. But if you do bad, the product is ridiculous. Probably
for people to play politics or play that game when it takes a lot of time, effort, and money to make a certain character, make a certain star, and for them to just let them go, is ridiculous.
Okay. And for example, now that what do you think about Ric Flair? I always ask that. This is my question. What do you think about that? You work with him.
How, man? He's one of the. See.
Here you can say whatever you want.
See, my experience. Actually, I knew about Ric Flair before I even met the guy. Because when I first started, I wrestled for Dick the Bruiser.
Uh-huh.
And when I was going to leave there to go to the NWA at the time, he told me when you get there, drop your bags down. Tell Ric Flair to carry them for you.
No.
As a joke, because he said that's how Ric Flair got in the business. So, Flair was a wannabe athlete, and he's probably one of the biggest backstabbers that's ever been in the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I knew that. So I had zero respect for him from day one.
So, in your opinion, on Mick Foley, when he had a problem with him lately, I speak also with Mick Foley, talking about the story when he wanted to punch him in the face, but he said, I don't do this kind of business, so I don't want to have this.
Well, we'll see. I don't know if you remember when NWO, they do a skit on the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And X-Pac, he was had a
with all his costume.
Costume on. He had a squeeze bottle where tears would come out. That's the way Flair is in real life. He cry. He like a little bitch. Yeah. He's probably one of the biggest pussies you ever meet in the sport.
Okay. And about, for example, Eric Bischoff, everybody, all the fans of the WWE says hate him, or a lot of guys hate him, a lot of love for his genius. We want to know what you think about him. He's a genius, or he's a stupid guy, or a guy that don't know how to make business.
A lot of success that WCW had a lot to do with Eric Bischoff. Uh, uh, and I know a lot of like the old school guys, like Flair and those guys, and all his buddies that were bookers at the time. They didn't like it because he wanted to, take WCW to the next level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they had all these other guys trying to keep the thumb on it, and that's why where a lot of people had a problem with Eric.
Yeah.
But I never had a problem with Eric.
Okay.
He took talent from WWF,
Okay.
WWE, WWF at the time, and created the Monday Night Wars. So it was good for business. So and it brought the salaries up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So for anybody to say they had a problem with Eric Bischoff, or he was one of the main reasons that WCW, they're full of shit.
Okay, okay. And for example, what do you think to see now him in the WWE, and to see all that segment that where you can see Vince McMahon and they makes fun of him? What do you think about that?
Well, he's doing exactly. Is another WCW. Vince making fun of another WCW guy. It's like
For the same reason, like
right.
everybody.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
cut your own throat.
Okay. What about Sting? What do you think about him?
When I first
You refused to go in the WWE, so I want to maybe for that motivation, maybe for other stuff. What do you think?
Sting has his own reason. I when I first arrived in NWA and WCW, it was NWA at the time. We all rode together, so we had a lot of good times together.
Now ask him some comments. Maybe a lot of fans want to know something. What you think about some guys, for example Triple H, but I can think what you can say, what you are on the point to say.
He's very lucky to be banging who he's banging. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And Stephanie McMahon, what you think about her? You have you met her or not?
Yeah, yeah.
What you think about her?
Out of all the wrestlers to marry,
Yeah.
she picked Triple H.
Ah.
Go figure.
Okay. No. Okay. And I want to say you also, for example, Mick Foley. You have met him when you worked in WCW?
Yeah, we wrestled him a few times. I've actually met when he was Cactus Jack in Tennessee.
It was here when you're wrestling to meet a lot of fans. I think he's a great person, and
yeah, I always got along with but since I met him in 87, 88.
Yeah.
I know him a long time.
Okay. And for example, about Kishi, what do you think about Kishi?
Well, see, I've known him for a long time too, because WCW, met him first there. We wrestled him with his cousin Samu, and then in WrestleMania, we wrestled WrestleMania 8. We wrestled him and his cousin again, and then he bleached his hair and come out like Rikishi. So I've known him a long time.
Okay.
So good
and
friends.
Vampiro, we have here in NWE, and you work with him. I think you or if you don't work with him, you work in WCW with him. What do you think about that guy?
I never wrestled against him.
Yeah.
But he was in WCW at the same time. So yeah, he's a good character. I like it.
Yeah, you like it. And now another question. A lot of guys wanted to hear about you. What are your thoughts about the atmosphere of the backstage in the last WCW Nitro?
Oh, the atmosphere?
Yeah.
I think everybody kind of like knew it was like the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
It's like because a lot of people had worked for Vince before. I had my brother Lex Luger. Animal from the Road Warriors. Like they knew that it was with Vince owning everything. It was going to be it wasn't going to be good for anybody. Even Vince himself, he just didn't realize it at the time.
And particularly now ask you, recently in TNA,
Yeah.
Total Top Action, they have this strange situation when now the WWE is taking copyrights for everything they've done in the past and in the present and probably in the future, and they are trying to stop these guys or every organization of the world for using stuff that could be created by them. For example, now I don't know if you know, probably you know, in the website that they can never use, they cannot use anymore the word superstar. Or for example, some strange happened. The Dudley Boys were WWE made a lawsuit to them because they used the name Dudley Boys and had to change it to 3D.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that situation?
Well, that's you got to put the blame on the Dudley Boys. It's like
After all they have done also for the company.
Well,
I think
they signed away the rights. You know what I mean? They could have had their own time to copyright the name, or I don't even know if they came up with their own name, so I can't really make a valid comment on that. But when they signed a release, they released all their rights, so
that was their mistake.
Yeah,
in that
their
case.
mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And for example, the WWE on the Hardcore Homecoming, the thing that is run by the federation, run by Shane Douglas, to bring back practically ECW, to not use the name ECW. On the website of that federation, there is written, Shane Douglas wrote that WWE, this could be a rumor that could be truth or false, that WWE called all the arenas where Hardcore Homecoming has to make shows, and they tried to stop the arenas, and also they called the company that were producing their DVDs to not let them put out their DVDs. What you're thinking about that?
Yeah, like again, I can't comment because I don't know Shane that well. I don't know what shows he's running, and I don't know if that's true. So
yeah. And about, for example, ECW in WWE. WWE use one ECW show. They sell so much. They sold everything. Was the highest pay-per-view buys of the year, and no more ECW in WWE. What do you think? Why this move?
Same reason why he bought WCW and buried it. I mean, I can't get in Vince's head.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like
is to take and show the world that
yeah,
they can do better.
I never figured out the place. I've been up there twice, and I never figured out what was going on up there. It's one of the most messed up places I've ever been.
Okay. Other things, for example, a lot of fans asking continuously to our website is about what you think about Vince Russo, the work of Vince Russo in WCW. What is your thoughts?
He probably had 10 ideas and one of them was good. He needed he needed to be on a leash, a short leash, because I mean look at this. Some of the worst things you would. David Arquette, who's
the champion. David
Arquette. Here's a guy who's a B-rated actor, and he comes in and I don't care how you win the match. He was carrying the belt around for a little bit. It's like, and then I think I don't know. It's just he needed a shorter leash. In my opinion, he did more bad than good.
And in particular about Bash at the Beach 2000. When there was that awful situation between Hulk Hogan and Jeff Jarrett. What happened there? And who decided, Booker T, the guy in that situation, in that unwanted situation, to go there and take the ball and become the champion?
In my opinion,
your opinion.
And I think it's, I think I got it was all work anyways.
Okay.
Hogan covered him. You know what I mean? So
I know. At the end, everything happened.
I mean, you can say whatever you want to say,
Yeah.
but he still covered him. So
yeah.
I mean, if it was if it was what they're portraying it was, why'd he cover him?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He covered him.
Why do this stuff if you are
Right.
screwed? Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What do you think about Hulk Hogan?
Probably one of the best master manipulators of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best.
So the best. So.
Oh, yeah.
But you have so much respect for him, or you some stuff between him, you and him.
Yeah, I mean he's not really, he definitely wasn't, on the up and up. You know what I mean?
Okay. And
But
for
he's
example,
the best manipulator of all time, without a doubt.
and about Macho Man,
Macho Man?
yeah, we
Hogan-
never saw
Hogan,
him. He made a CD to be in WrestleMania 20, but
Oh, did he?
yeah,
I didn't
he
see it.
not succeeded in that. So why?
I never had a problem.
Ah.
When I was in WWF in 93, we traveled with Macho Man, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was. What do you think about him?
he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for example about the unbelievable thing about having a DVD from the WWE released on the Ultimate Warrior,
Right.
only to make fun of him after all this guy, all this money that guy have done for the
Well,
company.
they're trying to make more money.
Only for that. Huh?
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, they can say what it is, but they're just trying to make more
But
money.
why to make fun of, fun of a guy that could be that
Well, I think
after
'cause he
all
got-
is done only for some money more.
Yeah.
They have so much,
That's
they
what-
only for
yeah.
make money more,
Yeah.
more money.
That's the bottom line.
Okay, and if you don't speak, everybody is in home just understand the situation.
Right.
Okay, and about now that you're here in Italy, you are here in New Wrestling Evolution. What about this company, this newest company ever now that you're just in your beginning and in the beginning of the company? We have just its debut. It's debut. What do you think about this company?
Well, I've
All the reality. What do you think?
Yeah,
like all this interview, or what you think about that?
I've just got here, and that's like I explained before, I had surgery on my foot, so this is like my fourth match back. So I'm kind of interested in get back in the ring and face some guys, see what
And
happens.
here in NWE, you found well,
Oh, yeah,
comfortable. Do you think that the character of Scott Steiner can reborn here and could have another future and restart here?
Well, I definitely didn't like the way it happened in WWE, but so we'll see what happens.
You see what happens?
Yeah, but I mean that's not gonna make or break my career. I give a fuck about WWE.
Okay. And your future here. How you see your future here?
Well, you never know.
Mm.
You know the future?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Okay. Okay. And also, how about the response of the Italian fans, and the response you always had in the U.S.? You see some similarities, or you will see some difference between the Italian fans and the U.S. fan?
I think when my first match, they really didn't know how I was going to come out because in WCW I was a bad guy. For some reason, strange reason, they tried to make me a good guy in WWE. So I think they were wasn't sure how to take me, but I think after the match it was better than the start. You know what I mean? I think.
Okay.
The reaction was a little better the way I wanted it.
Yeah, really. Yeah, and one last thing, a message for all the Italian fan, from Scott Steiner to all Italy, to all Italian fan, to all Europe, because our main focus is Europe now.
Well, I'm just, want to get back to, the character Scott Steiner and Big Papa Pump and, get away from what, happened in WWE and see what happens.
Okay. Scott, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.